Student, today we will going to discuss about the computer network interview questions that are frequently asked in the interview, in the technical interview especially. So let's start with the first question, that is, what is DHCP? First of all, you should know the full form of DHCP. Then you can explain the second thing, that is, how does it work? So let's discuss the interview questions of computer network. DHCP. Now, what do you mean by the DHCP? It is dynamic host configuration protocol. First thing you have to remember is that it is a protocol, and it is basically used for dynamically configuration of the host computer, and it is used to enable devices to get IP addresses without any manual configurations. It means, as in the computer network, you know that each and every computer is known with the help of its IP address. And you need not to configure the IP address manually. In order to do that task, there is a protocol which is known as DHCP. DHCP basically sends a broadcast message. You can send any messages. The sample message shown here is I am new here. And the DHCP server sees the message and respond back to the device and typically allocate an IP addresses. It means whatever the allocation of the IP address available, that address will be allocated to the newly broadcasted devices. That device simply ping that I am new here and I want the address, I want my name, and the DHCP server will send it, revert back it. Okay. So how DHCP works? You can explain it very well. First of all, it is a configuration protocol. Second thing, it simply works with the help of broadcasting concept. And after broadcasting, the DHCP server will allocate the possible available IP addresses to that new machine. So next, move toward the another concept that is generally asked in the computer network technical interview questions. Second is, what are unicasting, anycasting, multicasting, and the broadcasting? These all are very interesting terms in the computer network, and we all are using it day by day in our activity. So first, what do you mean by the unicasting? As you know that uni means one. If the message is sent from a source to a single destination, it means you want to send some message and that message is to be sent only to a single machine, single destination node, then it is called unicasting. And if the message is sent from a source to any of the given destination, any means there is uh, uh, no configuration, no possible number of computers, you can send that message to any machine available in the system, then it is called the anycasting. And if the message is sent to some subset of the other node, it is called the multicasting. Subset of the other node means one message is being sent to the multiple machines, multiple possible nodes, then it is called the multicasting. And it is basically used when you need multiple receivers, and multiple receivers want the same kind of data, like they all want that updated router table should be possibly available to all, so that they can get the updated router available. Now the next is a very simple question but frequently asked in the interview: what are the layers in the OSI model? How many layers are available in the OSI model? This can be the questions in the interview. So you have the 7 layers, but most of the time students are making mistakes when they are telling the sequence number of the layers, like they don't remember the exact sequence of the layer. So first of all, you need to remember that the first most layer is the physical layer, second is data link, third is network layer, fourth is transport, fifth is session layer, sixth is presentation layer, and seventh one is application layer. So don't make mistake that start from the application layer, because most of the time student making mistake by giving that first layer is the application layer. So don't do that. So all the 7 layers of OSI model are these. Now the next possible questions that can be asked is, what are the stop and wait protocol? So stop and wait protocol is basically a protocol which is used for the data link layer, and data link layer is basically used it for the error control, data flow control, and many other tasks. So stop and wait protocol, a sender after sending a frame, wait for an acknowledgement of the message or the acknowledgement of the frame, and send the next frame only when the acknowledgement of the frame has been received. Stop and wait means you have to wait for some time, and in that waiting time, why you are waiting? Because you are waiting for the acknowledgement of the sended data, and that data is to be sent to the receiver machine. So stop and wait, and after that you can do your work of sending. Thank you.